Where your arms are calling to be. Allow your forehead to connect with the floor. You're letting go your day by choosing the pressure into the mat to be with stillness or to be with movement in your forehead or head. And then find a way to be with a seat that allows you to be. You should get settled into the seat, allowing a few cleansing breaths to honor the transition. And last one, consciously choosing what you're going to release now. And then let your eyes drift open and just keep your gaze soft. So I wanted to check in and see what stood out for you guys when you guys practiced befriending your body last week. What happened during the week? What was it like to do some of the work on your own? Anyone want to ask anything? Take a breath in. And start to hum. I think we're all humming. Take another breath in. Just let yourself hum. Breathe in. Hum. 2 more. And watch what happens inside. Just take one breath halfway in. Let it fall out whenever you're ready. Just notice how it felt when I hummed loud. And how when I didn't join you at all. And 2 more. Observe the feeling of the vibration in your throat, the emotions it felt to hear the sound of your own voice. Opening your eyes. Anything stand out about that?
I literally could not hum the first time. I tried so hard and nothing came out. It's very weird.
Nothing was there.
That kind of happened to me too, and then I was like, well, I'm just not gonna do it. And you're like, not everyone's hobby.
And how did it feel when I didn't hum? I started you and then I left.
I think that's when I was like, well, I'm not gonna do it. She said. I guess I just, yeah, I just.
I'm not gonna do this if she's not gonna do it. How did you guys feel when I was really loud?
Well, my mom. Like I liked mine better.
You're like trying to block mine out. How do you feel? Feel anything emotionally when I was loud?
I can't put it into words. It was very much like I don't like that.
Too much. You're in my, because it's a vibration. You're in my vibration. You're in my space.
I kind of liked it, I think. I was like, damn.
That started to sound very masculine too. Yeah, that didn't work. So it was an exercise of the truth that your voice really does matter. And speaking your truth, even if it feels stupid or inconsequential or small, it always matters. Because if I'm going to be the only one like talking, then it's going to make everyone else feel more comfortable that way, because then you can, right? And you just were like, you're in my space, and you had that same feeling like you're in my space. And then if I don't participate, like I just leave you, like don't say anything. Like when we're sharing and no one else shares, it's definitely going to, make you feel like, well, I don't want to do it. Or like I'm gonna get quieter, or so what you have to say is really important, and there's a trickle effect to everyone around you. So with that said, is there anything that anyone wants to say about befriending your body?
I had a realization this past week, and that I also had an eating disorder, and did the traditional therapy. This was years and years ago, and I realized last week that I went from like hating my body to just completely ignoring it. Like just not even, like instead of, hating, it's like I learned that's not what you should, that's not nice, don't do that. I think like response to that was just, I must not even like associate with it. And so it was really subtle, and I think it's going to be like a reclaiming that, because I didn't even really know. I thought that's in the past, my eating disorder is not going to affect me, and I'm over it, I don't think. that not associating with my body isn't doing much good either.
You finally had to face some truth. Sounds like that. Your past eating disorder is still affecting you, still covering up because it's covering up a relationship with your body and being in your body. You might not hate it anymore, but
Yeah,
you're not in it.
Yeah.
How do you feel right now emotionally in your body right now or not in your body? Like right now in this moment.
I think it's hard for me on Wednesdays because my days are so crazy to like really truly be in my body.
So where do you feel the loudest right now inside?
That on my chest. My heart. I think there's like sadness or just kind of like dissociating.
So grief. Grieving. Grief for who? What?
I think just grief that I think grief for like the negative self-talk I had that I just pretended like I was with it, you know, and I think grief for not like connecting, like just totally being separate.
Today, Sarah, try to ask yourself throughout class when we drop back into our bodies. Ask yourself, how am I choosing to be with this? And just keep asking it, how am I choosing to be with this? No stories, just what is. Not searching or fishing, or there's no right or wrong, just how am I choosing this? How do I want to choose this? See what happens. Sharing. It's a big light bulb moment of truth. And then once you know the truth, you can unknow it. And you start asking yourself, how do I take action on that truth?
I quickly noticed how I fall back into the trap of rushing the things that I want to be done right away. I went with my body and feeling better. I'm quick to forget that I know that's not where I want to be, and that I'm very self-critical and I need to be nicer to myself, and I notice it in both just meditating and in life and in yoga, like all parts of my fractions, but noticing I'm just not always so kind to myself and my body in the way that when it doesn't do what I want it to do and that keeps me from things that I want to do. I'm quick to go back to that state of judgment. And it's so hard to get out of there, but I know that I have to, like, I can see that like there's a ladder or a rope, I just gotta get to it. But I'm very quick to fall back into it once I start to feel bad about myself. So I feel like I've just kind of been on a roller coaster, just up and down with it. Kind of
For a long time.
awareness. Yeah.
And something, a pattern that you fall into.
Yeah.
Over and over and over. Where do you feel that in your body?
In my stomach.
Stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Makes your stomach hurt, takes your power away. Celeste, how can you be with that today? How do you want to choose to be with this pattern that you do have?
Being more in the present moment.
Why does that feel important?
Because when I feel it myself get really anxious, I feel it in my whole, all in here, all at once, and it gets really tight. And then if I just maybe am more present, can breathe through it, yeah, kind of just reminding myself that everything's gonna be okay.
So it sounds like when you say those unkind words in your mind, your body does that, and then that evokes the panic, right? Because the energy gets caught. And so you're just gonna try, you don't know, but you're gonna try to just be with it, right? And just see if you can ride it out, you said. So it almost like it had this feeling like your shoulders dropped, like you're gonna try to ride it out.
Because I
Be present.
and get spin if I don't catch it right away.
Yeah, it goes right back into that reptilian brain. It's gonna just do what it's gonna do. I mixed a few of the weeks up just because of what's happening in real life for you guys. And so tonight we're going to do the alchemy of choice. And choice, when I speak of choice, it's more of that intentional and conscious choice that you make based on your heart's desire. I know for me, a lot of times when I hear like choice or awareness or discernment, there's always this micro, and it happens in like that. Because I think that my programming is like, oh, I'm gonna have to look at my behavior and my choices deeper, and probably not gonna like what I see, and I'm gonna have to make changes, and before I know it, I'm created this big story. But every time that I've actually leaned into being with my choices and feeling my choices and taking consequences for my choices and exploring my choices and where they come from, it actually, like, it's just this moment of like dread. And then once I step into it, it's like, oh, this isn't bad at all. And there's an ease about it and an acceptance about it. And it allows me to feel like I have more agency by doing that. So instead of feeling like dread, shame, or like I'm gonna, fail, I feel like I have the choice to be empowered, to bring more awareness to the choices that I'm currently making. So that's what we're going to practice today, is dropping into our bodies and being with choices instead of maybe more conscious choices than like the default choices. Default being making choices based on what you think is the right thing to do, or your beliefs, or what you were taught, or societal pressures or expectations. Those are the default patterns. Those are more the default decision making. And when I refer to the alchemy of choice, what I mean by alchemy is that magic that can happen when you just surrender to more of the like synchronicities of your life, and you're more aware of felt sense, what's happening on the inside versus what's happening on the outside. And you make more choices out of love or curiosity instead of fear. So the alchemy can be this magical process. And I feel like for me, the magic is what has brought life back into me. To believe that something could be magical again. And that true 100% healing is possible. And coming from a psychologist, it doesn't actually happen in like therapy necessarily or in behavior, but in energy. And when you make a choice, even if it feels small, just like speaking, or maybe it's just choosing what kind of fruit you want to eat today. But even those really small, inconsequential choices add up over time. And that's energy that builds. And eventually those choices become more profound choices. And the energy of that starts to really change your whole system. The energy of agency and empowerment. That's a really powerful energy, to feel empowered and to feel like I have agency about something. And it's going to start to shift. It'll start to shift. Yeah. Okay, go ahead and close your eyes for a second. With your eyes closed, begin to drop in. Take a moment to explore if lately you've been making choices based on fear or based on hope. Choices that align with your desires or choices that avoid fear. Let's be with that for a moment. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Bring your hand to your heart. And sometimes choices that we make from our heart can lead to fear in our bodies and uncertainty, uncomfortableness because we don't know the outcome. The alchemy happens because no matter the outcome, there's no right or wrong outcome. You made a conscious choice based on the present moment. And that energy of making a choice starts to create that resiliency. You start to ask deeper questions before making choices. The why. How do I feel inside about this? How do I feel intuitively about this? What's informing this choice? Does this choice feel good or does it feel bad? Do I believe this or someone teach me this? So today, exploring choices that touch your heart. Just a bit of touch, exploration. And ask, how am I going to be with this? No story, no going down train of thought, just that's a choice. How am I choosing to be with this? And I invite you to stand up. To feel some semblance of grounding, close your eyes again. Feel free to let your body sway, feeling the weight more on the right foot and then the left foot. See if there's more weight in the pads of your feet or your heels. And then pause. Take a breath in and breathe it out. Give yourself a few more of those. We said that the job of alchemy is not to change inferior metals into gold, but rather to transform her entire world into the one of her own making. Notice how you're being with your body now. And choose how you want to be with your breath. Perhaps breathing into your belly through the nose, or maybe in through the nose, letting it come out the mouth. You need to add a story with your breath. Feel your inhale and exhale. Now letting your arms drape down along your sides. Feel your energy rising up, spine lifting. Start to lift your head, stretching and lengthening your spine a little bit more. Opening your shoulders. You feel a very subtle back bend in the upper back. Feel the connection in the core that anchors. And opening your chest a little bit more. Do you find a place that feels like just enough opening? So take a little bit deeper breath. And let that breath come in through maybe the center of your heart. Exhaling however you wish. Bring your hands to your hips. You feel more engagement through your core as you begin to lengthen and arch back just a little bit more. You notice responding to this, allowing and resisting. Choosing to stay or change. And then coming back to center. Breathe in. Exhale, bend at the waist, slowly lower down, chest over thighs. Bend your knees, bring your hands to the floor. Bend your knees, sink your hips. And then begin to lift your tailbone high again, straighten your legs. Then a few more times, get as low to the ground as you can. And then inhale, lift from the top of your sacrum. Feeling that sensation of compression, and then that sensation of length and opening. And then begin to settle with your legs straight. And begin to melt your chest closer to the top of your thighs. And notice the point that you stopped. And what informed that sensation for you to stop. And then bringing your hands to the ground. And bend your knees. And step your right leg back, bending your knees, and your left leg back, bending your knee, until you're on your hands and knees on the ground. Notice yourself making adjustments. Notice the feeling of your body here, doing what it needs to do to be able to be here. And breathe into your body. And then exhale, send your hips back towards your heels. And inhaling, coming right back up again. Arching your back, and then rounding your back, sending your hips back towards your heels. Arching your back as you rise back up. Exhale, rounding your back as you send your hips back towards your heels. Feeling or not feeling this flow in your body. And then settle your hips back towards your heels. Walk your hands as far as you wish to your left. Notice being in your body now. And even offering yourself choice there, to be with your body or to want to push away. Moving over to the other side. Feel for where you stop. Does it feel a familiar place, or does it feel new? Do you tend to gravitate towards what is familiar, or do you prefer to gravitate towards a new experience. Breathing from your hands and arms back through center. Rising up and stepping your right foot to the top of the mat with your knee bent. Keeping your back knee to the ground. And stepping the front foot just slightly in front of the kneecap. And then shifting your hips back towards your heels and straighten your front leg until you feel that first tug in the back of your hamstring. Just pausing to feel that first sensation. Not going too far. And then rebend your knee. Keep bringing your knee forward until again you feel just that first start of sensation and pause. Notice enjoying the pause or a desire to keep pushing forward. And then again, sending your hips back and feeling that sensation in the back of the leg, maybe choosing to give yourself just enough here. And how does your body tell you just enough? And push back, knee comes back over. And find that place in your body that tells you, hey, I'm here, this is it. And then begin to walk your front foot forward, slowly. And only stop at the point that feels useful for the inside of your body. And how are you choosing to be here? Feel how you knew that this was the place to pause. And what you feel and sense here. Here in your hands or maybe up on blocks. Rolling your right foot out to the side, peeling onto the outer edge of the foot. Letting your knee open just enough and then bring it right back in again. And again, just letting it peel open. Bringing it back in. You might notice your body making little shifts or adjustments or changes. And notice how you choose to be with that. Moving deeper in or toward away. Placing your hands on the inside or outside of the front foot. Even down to how far you choose to bring your knee down at the floor. Stepping your front foot back slowly to meet the back foot. Tuck your toes and elevate your hips to the sky as you press through all 10 of your fingers. Feel the back of your body. When you're ready, step your left foot to the top of your mat with your knee bent. Just in front, left foot just in front of the ankle. And sending your back knee to the ground. And begin to shift your hips back until you feel that first tug in the back of your left hamstring. And then bring your hips forward. And this time, go right to that place of sensation. Like right there, where you know. And how you feel and sense here. How do you know this was the place to pause? And then start to walk your front heel out again. And stopping when you get to that place that feels useful to your body. Useful. What feels useful? And go a little deeper. Is there allowing or resistance? Right to the place now of the greatest sensation without causing any harm. Your body, right here, right now. And then start to bring your knee forward to your knee settling right over the top of your ankle. And then start to pick your foot up and bring it closer to your right thumb. And then open the knee out to the side, sending your back leg back straight, moving into a variation of pigeon. And even notice here the patterns that showed up for you here in pigeon. The choices that you made out of pattern. Notice the need to adjust or to modify or to shift or to change to be able to be with your body. And then notice how you embrace that. How do you want to choose to be with this now? And then gently shifting your weight to your right hip, sweeping slowly your left leg around to the top of your mat. Choosing a seat now that again allows you to feel curious about. Maybe a little bit of a curiosity with your body. It's not a way that you are regularly in your body or feeling in your body. So in a way that's a bit interesting, knowing that you can change at any time. And whenever you've chosen, begin to allow your chest to come down to your thigh until you find another curious place. Notice even a bit of intriguement or resistance around exploring. Maybe go just a little bit deeper into the sensation. Notice if you remained or you went deeper. And what informed that choice? Slowly lift your torso. Feel your sit bones. And be with your body now. Notice embracing being here in this moment. Or not wanting to be here in your body and mind in this moment. Recall the desire for being here tonight. Let yourself soften around the desire. And shifting your weight forward now, bringing your left knee forward into pigeon and your right leg extending out. And notice how your body wants to be. How does your body want to feel in this posture? Notice liking this choice or not liking this choice. Sometimes we like the choices and sometimes we don't. Slow, shifting your weight to your left hip. Slowly sweeping your right leg up. Choosing how you'll be with your next seat. Feel how you choose this and how you continue to choose. Feel your breath. And your legs like a butterfly, bottoms of your feet together. In a moment to arch your back. Breathing in. And breathing out. Let it come out your mouth and stick out your tongue. In your timing, inhale to lengthen and arch. Lifting from the crown of your head. And feel the exhale as you let it out your mouth. Letting your tongue fall. Feel into your rhythm, your own pace, your own breath. Feel your tongue come all the way out, allowing whatever to be here. The next time you draw forward, notice the pace that you're moving down. Notice when you stop. Or if you keep moving. Find a place to pause. And feel if this choice you made is serving you. And bringing your legs together, find an easy seat, one that you could sit and be. And stretch your arms over your head. Feel the length, that slight opening in the front of your body, the front of your shoulders. And then open your arms out into a T at shoulder height. And feel your shoulder blades come together. Feel your trunk. And inhale, reach your arms back up. And exhale, lower your arms. And move at your pace. And you sink deep into your pace that's yours. Notice now. Do you like this choice? Move towards a choice now with your arms that feel good. Feel good inside your arms. Might look like something you've never done before, but try not to create a story around it. Now, can you try on something else that feels good for your arms? And then once you find it, if you find it, notice the qualities inside of good. Contraction, strength, opening, tension. hot, cold. And then find a conscious place for your arms to be. Extend your legs long. Feel free to draw something under the knees or hips. Just notice here. Being here many times before, but feeling this moment, this particular moment now, in this body today. How are you choosing to be with this now? Bringing your hands forward. Exploring how you're going to know where to stop and breathe. How do you want to feel in your body now? And begin to move towards that. Not a destination, just a little bit closer to how you want to feel in your body now. Make a choice that expresses how you feel. How you feel emotionally in your body right now. Now move your body towards a feeling of desire of how it wants to be. Perhaps it's not how it feels emotionally right now, but it's what you desire it to feel like. Move just a little bit. There's no ending here, just moving a little bit closer. Feel, who are you now? Moving a little bit closer. Choosing to move a little bit closer to your way of being with your body. Coming from the inside, from maybe intuition perhaps, or felt sense, compassion or peace or acceptance. And feel who you are now. Who are you in this body? And notice you can always stay in it. Or choose to leave. Making the slow journey to come to your backs. Reaching your arms overhead. Take a breath in through your nose. And then let your arms sweep down to your sides, breathing out your mouth. Give yourself a few more of those, inhaling your arms up. Maybe pausing and holding the breath for a moment and then just letting it fall out your mouth. And then bringing your knees into your chest. And choosing here to stay or to move. Crossing your right knee on top of your left. Opening your arms to a T and letting your knees surrender to the right. Your arms open, your head to turn in the opposite direction. Being with this body, breathing into it and breathing out of it now. Maybe bringing your knees back to center. Hugging your knees in. Choosing to cross your knees or not. And releasing your knees to the other side. Roll your head to the right. Feel the expanding in your lung and the contracting. Your knees back to center. And the cross of your knees, and then press right knee over left and keep your knees close to your chest. Pressing right knee over left and lifting both feet, and maybe holding on behind the kneecaps, or perhaps holding at the bottom of the feet and opening the feet. Gently crossing the other knee on top. Notice the feeling of embracing or resisting. Choose a place to be in sensation in your body now. A place maybe choosing more sensation than you've had, or consciously choosing less sensation than you've had. How are you choosing to be now? From your body, choose another sensation. Knowing that you can be with or change at any time. Notice the choice to move towards or move away. Needing more sensation, needing less. And if there's anything more that your body needs right now, or that it's asking for, offer to that now as well. So you eventually arrive somewhere in rest. Observe your body making adjustments and shifts at any moment, at any time, to move closer to that. Notice who you are in your body now. Notice the choice to stay or to change. Breathe in, breathe out. Choose to remain or to roll to one side. Take a moment in that to recall what matters the most to you right now. Be with whatever that is. Let the choice, allowing, just touch your heart. Where the heart is tender or open, let it touch softly or firmly. Allow. Allow your desire, meaning, to be present. Start to take that journey to a seat. Even giving yourself choices along the way to be in the journey instead of arriving at the destination. Just the feeling of still in that transition or now to the end. And if there's a sacred expression, a mudra perhaps with your hand or above your head or a hand to your heart or belly. Offer that now. Feel your time here. What reflected to you above all? Notice that this feels new, old, or if this is a new insight, a new experience. And whatever it is, be with what came up. How can you even choose right here, right now to be with that? And is there a choice you would like to make for yourself this week? Fully open our eyes and we'll end actually in a back bend. So you guys have bolsters, perhaps that's what you choose. There is no right or wrong or expected outcome. Back bends are just as unique as there are people. So it's really about getting in and trying it on and then choosing what to keep and what to move away. And then just coming back. You could put a block under your bolster, 2 blocks. You could put the sandbag. You could just do the bolster with the sandbag. You could do the bolster with the blocks. There's many different options to get that opening in the back of your body for a few breaths. When you get there, maybe choose either cleansing breaths or alternate nostril breathing. Just some belly breathing. Maybe that would be. Maybe you just let it be quiet. If there's any places that feel heavy or tight, dark, musty, draw your breath in there. Maybe you deepen your breath a little bit more. And not holding on and then letting it leave your body freely. Come back to that vision or feeling of who you are now. Resisting, pushing away, or moving towards, accepting. Do something with your body now that part of you that's present would do. Don't look too far into it, just feel it once you're there. Notice the qualities. Maybe you can notice all the layers, the feeling in your body, in your breath, your emotions, stories. Now if you notice another part of you showed up, if it's a future person or a present person or a past person, maybe bring some movement or shift your body a little bit in a way that she would do. And notice the qualities of that form, how it feels in your body, what it feels in your breath. Does it slow your mind? Does it make it go faster? How does it feel emotionally? And slowly come to a place that feels neutral. Just completely in the middle. And slowly will yourself up. And take a moment to pause. Do whatever you need to come back to the outside. Acknowledge yourself. And clean your eyes and just kind of someone took my later. just take a moment to just land. And how are you feeling right now? Anyone want to share anything or ask questions?
I think when we first started, do this in my real life where I am too scared to choose. And originally, like when we first started, my instinct was I just don't want to make choices. And I think
How did that feel in your body?
it was just like I just kind of froze. I think like you asked us to choose, and I was immediately like, no.
So resistance, like, no, I'm not doing it. Yeah.
And I think that just comes from like a lot of fear of like what happens if I make the wrong choice.
What would happen in the past if you had made the wrong choice?
Wow. I think I'm really hard on myself. And I think I'm scared of the consequences. I think I make them out to be a bigger deal than they probably would be. But I think I just plan on, if I'm perfect, I don't even have to like have that. I don't have to experience. I don't have to hope that I don't.
Where does the fear come from in experiencing the wrong choice?
I don't know if I know that, I know.
So what happened after you resisted?
I kept trying to say to myself, like, you offered at the beginning, remember, how do you choose to be with this? And my body liked to have like a lot of intensity.
Mm-hmm.
And I did think to myself, like, maybe I'm tougher than I think I am.
Your body likes a lot of intensity. So physically feeling like you're more tougher, is that what you mean?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. So when you did lean a little bit into choices, you like that feeling of energy.
Yeah,
in your
just like
body.
intense, I guess.
Intense. What is that feeling of intense like?
I think I'm just, that's my baseline.
What is it? What is your baseline feeling?
I think I guess like my emotions are usually like quite strong. I think like the way I do things are pretty, I guess intense is like a perfect word. I'm just like in it. I'm always just in it.
And is that your natural state of, like that's your natural essence?
I think that's where I'm at right now, but I don't know if that's, I don't think that's my true essence.
But I hear it's where you're comfortable, where you're familiar, where you automatically go. So you notice that choice that you would go to where it was familiar, and you were choosing to be with that today, and that's okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. I still share anything? Depends.
This is really hard today.
A hard day. Was today hard? Just a hard day in general?
I noticed all of these feelings of not just being safe. And it started, I like today, just all this resistance to everything. And then it's almost like this recognition in my body. Okay, just started thinking about all of these things that have happened and like making the connection that it's me. It's like it's this body. It's not some other body. It's this body that those things happen to. And I don't want to accept that, and I don't want to be with it. I don't want to be inside my body, and it doesn't feel safe. And I just a desire to just get out, to not be with any of it. And like this need to like pinch myself, to like draw myself away from what is happening, because I can't be with it. I don't want it to be true. I don't want the stories or the things that have happened to have happened, and I have so much resistance to all of it, and resistance to accepting that I need to accept it. It's like I want to like just cut parts of myself out and leave them somewhere.
How do you feel when you're up here right now? Close your eyes. What do you feel up here right now?
It's really hot.
Yeah. Can you move towards the hot? Like touch it?
It's like a burning sensation.
Just be with that burning sensation for a moment. And just see if with your fingertips, underneath your fingertips, if you can soften the muscles a little bit. Just give them permission to be burning, give them permission to have a little space without having to try to get rid of it. And just feel your muscles soften under there. What do you feel inside now?
A tightening. I don't know, it feels like everything is
Wants to come in, wants to tighten and hide. So close your eyes for a moment. Not wanting to be in your body at all. Not going to accept, not wanting to accept the things that have happened to you. Just wanting to rip parts of it out. Not wanting to be in your body. Your body was unsafe. Those memories are unsafe. And all of that is very true. Very, very true and present. And remember, you get to choose. You can't choose how you feel, but you can choose how you're going to be with. You get to do that. How you are going to choose being with the feelings of being unsafe and not wanting to be in your body. It's real. Not wanting to accept. You get to choose. What feels really loud now?
I have like a really strong sensation in my gut, like pain.
Like holy, you're holding, that's like pain, like intuitive? Or is it like really like you've been holding your stomach and it's cramping?
It's like I've been holding my stomach and it's cramping.
Just be with it for a minute. Let it soften. And just come down onto the mat for a minute and just roll over that bolster. Your body some space to acknowledge what you've just shared and the space that it created. I'm going to give you just time to explore, not feeling like we're all watching you. So just keep listening, but you can move about. That was a delicious crack. Else, you want to share anything?
I really liked this exercise. I realized, I definitely think in black and white a lot. So choices are either I'm gonna love it or I'm gonna hate it. And in this flow, I found like a balance in a lot of positions. I could still do it and kind of lean into the pain, but I could back away when it hurt too much. And if I could only apply that to life, I feel like I don't have to hurt. I can say no, but I can still go for it. But it doesn't have to be black and white. I feel that's what I take away.
That's great, profound. So you can do that. You can lean in and nudge things and find your middle way, not a black or white way. Wow.
Good.
Yeah, I feel like, tell me more about that. Like what's
Just
underneath
it felt
that?
like release. Like I felt like this is the first class, and I felt like I could actually move, and it didn't hurt to be on the ground, and like it just is it's the first time in a while that I felt good in a sequence, and it wasn't all pain. So that was amazing.
You needed that.
Yeah.
You deserved that, and you needed that, and you're taking it.
Yeah.
Sometimes we like the choices, and sometimes we don't. So let's go ahead and end class. And just take a moment to close your eyes and recall the choice. You cannot make a wrong choice. But call the choice And if it feels small or inconsequential, recall the choice that you've made for yourself this week. Lift your spine a little taller, but soften the top of your shoulders, soften your belly. Soften your sit bones down into the ground. Soften through your face, jaw, eyes, and forehead. I'm going to go and try to see if I can print the first pages. Take care of yourself tonight. You have the choice. Be with or not. Do what you need to do for yourself. Okay, I'm gonna go. Perfect. And if it still is a little crabby, I'll just email it to you in the morning.